Good morning. Welcome to Energy Works. Today we're talking about reading, my favorite occupation. So this reading sometimes can seem like a dying art because not many people read. Some people read Kindle, some people, read on their phone. But the art of reading a book sometimes gets a little lost. So I wanted to talk about reading and how it has a good effect. So a lot of people use their phones, and especially at night, it's not great because of the blue light. I tend to do Italian, Duolingo, but I think it's important for us to actually take time to get rid of the electromagnetic radiation and to actually pick up a book, because then we're using different parts of our brain and we're imagining the things that we're reading. Also, there's great learning in a book, isn't it? What favorite book of yours? What can you remember reading? Like I can remember reading a book as a teenager. It was called Andra, and it was like a science fiction. Good morning, Jackie. And the top of the world was damaged, and everyone lived underground. And this girl had a brain injury and had a part of her brain was from a person that lived from the time that they lived on top of the earth. Anyway, she was a very creative person. So I still remember that book, and I was probably like 15 when I read it. So books can have a lasting effect on us. So what books have you read that have a lasting effect on you, or even things that you've read about that have had a lasting effect on you? Morning, Elizabeth. All right. Any other books that you've read that have really made a big difference? So I would probably read some scriptures or listen to some scriptures too, which is also inspiring and connects you to God. So it's like doing things that help you physically and spiritually and emotionally. All right, so let's go into our brow chakra. All right. Let Them Theory. Yes, I've listened to that as an audio book. And I also loved Gabor Mate's The Myth of Normal. I thought that was very inspiring too. All right, so the difficulty living in the present moment is what comes up in the brow chakra. Oh, yeah, Jackie's got scriptures verse of the day. Yeah, that's good too, isn't it? All right, so any other books or things that you read? The Myth of Normal by Gabor Mate. So he's a Hungarian, I'm not sure he's a psychologist or psychologist. There we go, Gabor Mate. Yeah. All right. And sometimes when we read a particular scripture or we read something it really resonates with us. And sometimes we can have read the same thing before, but it's just at that point in time, we're open to learning something new from it. All right. So I connect easily to my spirit. Because often where life is about physical stuff, isn't it? Eating, exercising, working, trying to get by, trying to help our bodies as we get older to still function. All right, so let's go into the solar plexus chakra now. So Elizabeth says, I've read Saint Charbel about his life. I'm sure that would be inspiring too. All right, so the solar plexus chakra and the stomach is affected. So sometimes it's about, not feeling like we can digest what's happening in our life. Good morning, Elizabeth. All right, so an oil comes up, bergamot or bergamot, however you like to say that. All right, so bergamot is wonderful for those who feel down and hopeless. It awakens the soul to hope and offers courage to share the inner self, reigniting optimism and confidence in the self. It imparts true self-acceptance. Bergamot teaches individuals to let go of self-judgment by learning to love themselves unconditionally. That's probably one of the hardest jobs, isn't it? Loving yourself. All right. All right, I am enough. Do you feel like you're enough, or do you sometimes feel like you're not enough? All right, jumping into the crown chakra now. All right, I'm worthy of divine connection regardless. So Elizabeth Jones says, I feel I'm not enough. Sometimes our circumstances make us feel that, isn't it? That we aren't beautiful enough or smart enough or rich enough or wise enough, any enoughs. So it's like we kind of have to change the lens of how we see ourselves, because that's not how God sees us. We came here with the opportunity from our bloodlines to learn different things. All right, so Jackie says, that's me trying to be all, which comes across as too much. Yeah, well, it is hard to do everything, right? Isn't it? It's like sometimes we just have to focus on one thing at a time and decide what's most important to us that day. All right. All right, I'm connected to my earthly family and my heavenly family. Now, we have lots of factors, don't we, that contribute to how we feel and how our life operates. There's, I guess, our experience before we came to Earth, choosing our families, and then, our experience in our mother's womb and then afterwards. And, for those that are adopted, that's quite a hard thing because they have to face rejection, which is awful. Jackie says it's hard to fathom unconditional and forever loved by God. It is hard, isn't it? Because we don't really understand that because we're more conditional ourselves. All right, I'm intelligent and spiritual. So the world tends to favor book learning more rather than intuition and, spiritual prompting. So it's like we need both to be able to be successful in our life. All right, so let's say I am a success. All right, age 8 made us feel that we weren't successful. And some stuck emotions. All right, feeling unable to be in control of own life. It can feel like that, isn't it? Like there's lots of external circumstances that happen that prevent us from feeling like we are in control. And in the end, we have to trust that God's in control and that, all the experiences that happen to us, good, bad, and ugly, are for our greatest good. And sometimes it's hard to see that at the time. But, later we can see the importance of the lesson and how it's helped us with other people. All right, now we're going to jump into one of the higher chakras. So the solar star chakra. All right, so the phase of this chakra, which is about 2.5 to 3 meters above the crown chakra, so it's way up. Living your life's purpose and experiencing and incorporating the entirety of life's experience, the good, the bad, and the ugly. So sometimes we just want the nice experiences. We don't really want the yucky ones. But if you think about the yucky ones, what did you learn from the yucky experiences? And what are you still learning? All right, so one of the things that shows up is weight. So sometimes we want to put on weight to protect ourselves. It's like making a little some armor to protect ourselves from other people. All right, age 16. So where were you and what were you doing when you were 16? And as we're talking about this, where do you feel it in your body? All right, I always have a choice. So sometimes we feel like we don't have a choice or that, things are just foisted upon us. And sometimes they are. So it's like how we choose to see the experience, and do we measure ourselves on the experience, or do we decide that the other person that's perhaps hurting us or offending us has a problem and they're standing on our face to be a bit taller? Okay, so Jackie says across her lower back. All right, subconscious belief that life must have burden. So it's almost like you've loaded up your back with burdens. So I guess, there's cast your burdens on the Lord, isn't it? And it's like we will be helped to be strengthened to be able to carry the burdens more easily than we normally would have. Oh, my brother is being evicted, says Jackie, and wants to move back into my home. Oh, that would be really hard. Why is he being evicted? All right, Elizabeth Jones, wheezy chest from the flu. Okay. All right, so stuff with your brother goes back to age 9. So it was hard to be with him. All right, and we're going to go into the heart chakra with your wheezy chest. All right, I open my heart to love. So sometimes we don't feel good about ourselves, so then we don't feel worthy of being loved. So age 5 is connected to that one. All right, I allow myself to experience fulfillment. So generational baggage from mum's side of the family, mum's mum, and the women. Like 54 generations of women. All right, I'm able to freely love without fear of rejection. Good morning, Margaret. Yeah, sometimes we have been rejected in our lives, haven't we? And we can feel the hurt of that, and then the fear of that too, that we're scared to be too open with our heart, or scared to be vulnerable or expose what we feel, because we don't, want people to be critical of us or hurt us. All right, so we're asking to release trauma from our energy field. Age 16, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. All right, more stuck emotions. All right, feelings of self-rejection. So sometimes we can reject ourselves for funny things as kids, isn't it? Well, we're not, in the right shape, or the right nationality, or the right size, or the right amount of smarts, or the right amount of goods. So forgiving ourselves for feeling less than. And this has got a generational component too, from Dad. All right, so we're talking about reading. So I'm going to encourage you to go to the library and go and see if you can find books that speak to your soul. All right, Elizabeth Jones says, I was always put down about everything. So people that do that don't feel good about themselves. And so they want to put other people down to feel better about themselves. So like the people that put you down, can you tell now that they didn't feel okay about themselves? So age 3, age 5, age 10, age 12, age 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. All right, releasing more trauma from our body, mind, and energy field. Interactions that we didn't enjoy and things that were damaging to us and how we weren't shown love or given protection or honor. So I guess we can only honor our inner child and give them comfort from what happened. All right, so something stuck in our neck. So C5 is our sugar circuit. So sometimes when we're not feeling okay, we want to eat sweet things to just push down our feelings of not being good enough. What else comes up here in C5 is difficulty in expressing yourself because of your great concern about what others may think. So sore throat can come up here as well. Also C7, feeling drained. Shoulder pain comes up here. So we're just going to plug in as if you've had an adjustment. All right, stuff stuck in our mind. All right, fear of the future comes up. So what are we fearing? So we are living in rather perilous times, aren't we? We've seen how, I guess, we've been manipulated in times of COVID, and also I think currently politically, and there are a lot of things happening in the grander scale in the world, particularly in the world of finance. And, sometimes we can feel a bit scared about, what's going to happen and, can we take care of ourselves? So that's where I think our community is really important, that we support each other, and, those who can grow food will be the people that will be self-sufficient, isn't it? And also, learning to make things ourselves and learning how to be more self-sustaining in other ways as well. All right, so now the 8th chakra, so that connection to the earth. A little bit hard at the moment. It's been very wet here. All right, I'm grateful for every meal. So maybe that's a thing too, isn't it? Before we eat, to actually just say a little prayer and be grateful for all that we have, because we still do have plenty to eat. And I think the world is trying to control the food, especially maybe the less kind parts of the world. All right, so let's say there is always enough for me. All right, age 8. So where were you? What were you doing? And why? What did you not have enough of? Or was it love? Was it food? Was it care? Was it people spending time with you? Elizabeth Jones says it feels good to say a prayer before every meal. Yeah, agreed. And Jackie Bowden, grateful more when someone else cooks. Oh, I so agree with that. Yeah. And sometimes, when we've cooked, it may not be appreciated. Maybe we didn't do the best job, but it does feel hard then. So when someone else cooks, it's like it's delicious and it's so nice. All right. So now we have the value of trust. All right. So basic mistrust can sometimes be a reflection of our belief that you have to do life all by yourself, that you're on your own. Trust, in a nutshell, is the knowledge that you do not have to do life all by yourselves. All right, so Jackie said, not having people spending time with me, age 8. Yeah, so we can feel invisible or, not worthwhile when people fail to acknowledge us. So it's like, I think, the more we can get off our phone and actually talk to people in queues or when we're in the supermarket or, that we actually interact with other people. Some people, no one talks to them, no one hugs them, it's very sad. It's like we need to show love when we go, wherever we go. All right, I trust all is well. So even when things are scary and the world is a little doubtful, we have to trust that the Saviour loves us and that we will be guided in what we need to do and in how we will be taken care of. All right, I trust in the power of forgiveness. All right, so Jackie says, distrusting is me of self and others. Yeah, it's like we almost have to give people the opportunity to show that they are trustworthy. We can't just accept people on face value. We have to have interactions where we learn to value each other and understand each other. All right, so some generational baggage on forgiveness from mum's side of the family. All right, I am worthy and deserving of other people's trust. I trust those who have made mistakes in the past and give them a second chance. So if someone's been abusive, giving them a second chance doesn't mean we're letting them abuse us again. We need to protect ourselves from people that are abusive. So it's, I guess, giving people a little opportunity to interact, while protecting ourselves. All right. And if we say it's okay that others are not trustworthy, because some people are not. And it's a lesson, isn't it? It's like listening to your intuition when something doesn't feel right or doesn't feel safe or doesn't feel good. So it's not allowing other people to abuse us again. All right, age 22, and then I'm worthy of other people's trust. Yeah, well, it's like building blocks, isn't it? As we do things, we earn each other's trust, isn't it? As we show love and as we are kind and we are inclusive. Jackie says, I'm worthy of other people's trust, my new mantra. Yes, of course you are. All right, so some generational baggage from mum's mum and the women. Like 43 generations of women. So there's big trust issues down that line of the family. Mum's mum again. The men this time. 17 generations of men. And let's make a questionation out of it. Why do I so easily earn other people's trust? So that goes back to age 6. And sometimes we trust people and they let us down. So that can be, releasing trauma from being let down in the past. All right. I see the pattern and release the need to use it. So sometimes we can be in these patterns of waiting to be abused or allowing other people to abuse us inadvertently. All right, so we're going to go into the 11th chakra now. Is it the galactic one? All right, so this chakra is where our Akashic records are kept. So everything that happens in our life is kind of stored there. So this is strengthened by periods of alone time. So some people don't get enough interaction or some people don't get time alone. So time alone can be the opportunity, for prayer, meditation, introspection, journaling, the opportunity to sort of have a chat to your inner self. All right, and jasmine oil comes up as well. So jasmine's about enjoying your body. All right, I'm gentle, charismatic, and bewitching, arousing dormant passions. I'm the giver of life, sacred and contributing. So, yeah, I think we all would like to live a little bit more passionate life and feel better about ourselves. All right, like the fragrant myrtle tree, the scent of my being floats gently on the breeze, swathed in deep and abiding faith. Yeah. All right, I release from myself anything that is repulsive, harmful, or weakening, surrounding myself with healing friends. Sounds beautiful, doesn't it? I feel open and receptive to the love of my partner. My body is an organic organism designed perfectly to survive and prosper. So sometimes we're just surviving, isn't it? Not just not prospering or thriving. Okay. All right. I fulfill my soul contracts from a place of awareness. So sometimes we, had contracts with maybe our family on the other side that we would, help move through certain traits that are in the family to create freedom from the past. And sometimes we've fulfilled that contract and, it's time to let that one go. All right, my mind is not affected by the bad intentions of others. Life is a gift of unimaginable proportion. Oh, Jackie says, smelling jasmine makes me think everything is going to be okay. That's beautiful. I'd be keeping that one in my handbag so you can feel that all day. All right, so now we're going to go into the aura, fourth layer of the aura, which kind of connects to the heart chakra. So interaction, relationships, and bonds. Stagnant energy stuck in there. So from females, current females. So I don't know, is there somebody that kind of is latching onto you a little or irritating you? So the seventh layer of the aura, someone latching onto us. Current females again. All right, something else in our neck. So C3. So this is about judging yourself and others. All right, so Jackie's mentioned girl at work pushing me to do more. She wants to train me up so she can retire. This is a job that you like. All right, so we're getting into the throat chakra. All right, I have the right to be heard. Okay, so Jackie says her role looks overwhelming. I'm sure it does at the moment. But I guess if you think about all the difficult things that you've learned to deal with in your life, you do have great capacity. And it's okay if it takes you a bit of time. I feel comfortable to speak freely. Oh, okay, Jackie. So lots of accounts, bookkeeping. Is that something you want to learn, or is that something that you feel you can master? Would it help you in other aspects of your life? All right, I acknowledge my unique set of superpowers. So sometimes we're trying to have other people's superpowers, but we have our own. All right, so T6, which is the wiring to your tummy. So like digesting your experiences, digesting the people around you. All right, so believing that you have to stay in this situation because there is no choice. I'm thinking that others know better than you, but secretly wanting to prove them wrong. So indigestion, weight problems again comes up in this T6 area. All right, so also the Celtic weave. So part of our energy keeps weaving and repairing. So the lower back. Okay. It's funny. It's like emotions and mind, but bleach comes up. So I don't know. I used to use a lot of bleach when I was younger. I didn't understand how toxic it was. All right. So Jackie was saying, I was thinking that before, stuck, but now it's God's plan. Yeah, that's perfect. Trusting that we are where we're supposed to be, and that we'll be helped to learn what we need to learn wherever we go, and knowing that we make a difference just by being there. All right, so generational baggage attached to the bleach. Dad's mum's side and the women. 33 generations of women. All right, so just a little reminder that we're doing our advanced energy work from the 4th till the 6th of September. So it's a great opportunity to come and work through some more stuff, practice a little bit more of your energy clearing, learn a few muscles. We work on a little bit on the epigenetics and the values and some extra chakras. So you're welcome to come. You know that we want to create a place of peace and learning and support for each other. All right. All right, let's go into the 12th chakra, which is the universal chakra. All right, giving up of all things perishable, possessions, authority. Yeah, it's so freeing, isn't it, to cull. And often if you haven't used something for, 6 months, a year, 2 years, often I always think, well, someone else might use this if I'm not using it. So it's like giving someone else the opportunity. All right, and an oil that comes up here is forgive. So forgiving ourselves, forgiving others. All right, so forgive challenges individuals to let go of bitterness and hostilities and to embrace other people as an extension of themselves, as part of the human family. It reminds individuals to live by the golden rule, to treat others the way they themselves would like to be treated. It invites individuals to free themselves by realizing that others are usually doing the best they can and deserve compassion and forgiveness. All right, so when you're feeling angry, you could use the forgive oil. All right, I'm open to receiving light and knowledge. And so, we came in on talking about reading. So it's like finding things that do open up your mind to think about things differently. Um, I listened to a book by, I think it's Jay Shetty, and he became a monk for a period of time. And how they thought about things differently, and had to work together, and some very powerful lessons. Sometimes we think, purely in terms of what's best for me, but sometimes asking God, where do you want me to be? What do you want me to do? How do you want this to look? I don't really know. I think that's very powerful. All right, I'm unattached to my possessions, my opinions, and my body. I need nothing to cling to, nothing to hide or run away from. I am one with all that is. Yeah. So I really believe that we were born as exactly the right time and with the right people, even though it was not easy or soft and fluffy. Jackie said, an oil forgive. I'm going to get some of that for the whole family. I have lived like a monk for my son. I like Jay Shetty's work too. Yeah, he was very interesting. He was, English and Indian family background, and they wanted him to study and achieve, but he decided to take that time off, and he learned a lot. All righty. Well, how's the lower back feeling? How's the chest feeling? Right. And are there any other books that you would like to mention that others might find enjoyment from? I also enjoyed reading The Happiest Man on Earth. That was Eddie Jaku. He lived through some terrible times, but he always chose love and friendship and difficulties. All right, so Elizabeth says, ears a bit blocked and feeling a bit of a cold, slight headache. Okay. All right, reactions to a feeling. And Elizabeth says the chest is okay. Thank you. So being disloyal to self. So sometimes we put everyone and everything else above ourselves, which is very generous, but sometimes we can't be helpful to others if we're not okay. So it's like I guess it's like you can't go and save someone else if you didn't put petrol in your car, can you? So it's like we all have to put some petrol in our energetic tank to be able to be of use and to be the Saviour's hands to help other people and help ourselves. Underlying bacteria in the stomach. Jackie said, back is good. Having Lady Grey tea has bergamot flavour. Beautiful. Jackie, yeah, Brene Brown, Atlas of the Heart. Very good. Yeah, I like her, The Power of Vulnerability as well. All right, so what's coming up is feeling like you're choking on life. So sometimes we've bit off more than we can chew and it's got stuck in our throat. Yeah. So throat chakra. All right, often avoiding the truth or facing painful facts. Sometimes it is hard to face things, isn't it, about ourselves or about our life or about our family. We'd like it to be different. Spearmint oil. So spearmint's about self-expression. It's very refreshing flavour too. All right, spearmint can be a helpful remedy for those who struggle with communicating clearly for a wide range of reasons, from feeling scattered and inarticulate to stumbling over words. It assists individuals in becoming emotionally clear about what they want to say and then saying it. In short, spearmint can help individuals access their inner light and convey that light to the world with clarity and confidence. All right, sort of holding back your opinions, isn't it? Because not everyone else thinks like us. And, sometimes we just have to say, well, we're not each other's cup of tea and keep going. So being courageous too to say the things that we feel are important to say. All right, my honesty of expression enables others to speak up too. It is now safe to express myself. It's okay for me to sing my life song. I like that. I think each of us have a song, and sometimes we're a bit scared and we're a little bit timid instead of speaking what we feel or singing what we feel. All right, I'm confident in the healing power of love to open my throat for greater self-expression. I'm secure with what I say. All right. So sometimes we have to rehearse the conversation in our head before we actually have it, if we've had difficult situations with people, because it's like we're expecting it to be bad. So it's like we have to run a fresh scenario through to be able to have a different conversation than what we would normally have. And, I think praying for people is really empowering too, because we don't know what's best for them necessarily. We might think we do, but, God knows what's best for them. And so when we can't get directly to a person, we go up and they can go that way. All right. Well, thank you, all those that jumped on, and thank you for being you, and thank you for sharing your books that you love. And I hope you have a book by your bedside table at night and do a little bit of reading instead of doom scrolling. All right, sending you out in the day, even if it's raining, that you are sunshine and that you are beauty in this world, and we're grateful for that beauty. All right, see you.